Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Ryan Prosick. A woman has been charged after stealing a vehicle in Hazleton. Noelle Stitzer has been charged after Hazleton police received a tip about a possible stolen vehicle in the area of North Wyoming Street and East Holly Street. Officers arrived to find the vehicle traveling west on West Tamarack Street, and then police eventually stopped the vehicle at North Vine Street. It was determined that Stitzer had a suspended license and that the vehicle was stolen from Freeland. Stitzer was also reported to be in the possession of an orange-capped hypodermic needle. She was then transported to City Hall to be interviewed. Stitzer has been charged with receiving stolen property, driving while suspended, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Stitzer has been arraigned and is currently behind bars of the Luzerne County Correctional Facility for lack of 10% of $50,000 bail. Emergency crews responded to a fuel leak at the Whitehaven Market Monday morning. Upon arrival, it was determined that a hole had been punctured in the refrigerated trailer's fuel tank. Firefighters from the Freeland Fire Department and the Whitehaven Fire Company were able to contain the leak and empty the remaining fuel into 5-gallon containers. The work was then completed by an environmental cleanup crew. A Pottsville man is behind bars after an alleged assault in St. Clair. Benjamin Kramer is behind bars at the Schuylkill County Prison after St. Clair police state that officers were waved down by a female who said her boyfriend had assaulted her. The woman told officers Kramer was suffocating her as he had his arm around her neck and that she was struggling to breathe. Red marks on the victim's neck aligned with her claim. Kramer was then taken into custody on the 200 block of Nicholas Street and has been charged with aggravated assault, strangulation, harassment, and simple assault. Kramer was arraigned and is currently in prison on $25,000 straight cash bail. The Pennsylvania State Police in Hazleton are investigating a theft of construction equipment in Hazel Township. Officials say officers responded to a reported theft Friday morning, with the equipment being stolen from a construction site at the intersection of Interstate 81 North and Arthur Gardner Parkway between late Thursday night and the early AM hours Friday. Police say that the suspects entered the property and then broke into a trailer that had been locked and removed the equipment that was owned by Baseline Contracting Incorporated. The items stolen from the trailer included a generator, a pressure washer, a leaf blower, and a concrete vibrator. The stolen items were worth about $5,000. The suspects then fled the scene, traveling in an unknown direction. If you have any information on this theft, you are asked to contact the Pennsylvania State Police in Hazleton at 570-459-3890. A Lycoming County man was stopped at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Airport by TSA after he attempted to bring a loaded handgun on board a flight. According to TSA officials, the man reportedly entered security with the gun on October 16th, when the X-ray unit drew officials to closer inspect the carry-on bag. Inside, a gun was found loaded with 9 bullets, with one of them in the chamber. Avoca police removed the gun from the carry-on, and the man was allowed to return to his vehicle. The man now faces a civil penalty for the offense, which could be up to a $15,000 fine. According to TSA, passengers attempting to travel with firearms are only allowed to do so in checked baggage. The firearm must also be unloaded and in a hard-sided locked case and taken to the check-in counter to be declared. Penn State Hazleton students are inviting the public to come out and help them support a good cause this Sunday, October 22nd. The campus will be hosting a bingo fundraiser to raise money for Thon, an annual Penn State tradition. We spoke with student primary chair for the event, Tori Raybuck, to learn more about Thon.
It's a 46-hour dance marathon up at the BJC at Penn State, Maine. It's a no sit-in, no sleep-in event. A bunch of dancers, like 200 to 300 from Penn State, Maine, all the Penn State branch campuses come together, and all the students in general and the public come together to raise money for pediatric cancer.
Raybuck also told us about this weekend's upcoming fundraiser.
It's October 22nd here at Penn State Hazleton at the gymnasium. Pre-sale tickets are $25. At the door tickets are $30. If you want a pre-sale ticket, email me at tzr5351@psu.edu and I'll be sure to get you a pre-sale ticket. The event starts at 2 p.m. Doors open at 1.
We also spoke with fundraising and outreach chair Brandon Crockford, who told us what else participants can expect from the event besides bingo.
So aside from the bingo, obviously you have the purses there to be won. There's going to be gift cards there that are going to be raffled off too. There's going to be raffle baskets. There's going to be food. So there's more than just purses to give away. I'm sure there's a lot of local businesses and such that'll give away gift cards. A lot of people on our campus are going to be coming up with raffle baskets, with different kinds of goodies and such. But I think there is more just outside of the purses, which I think is pretty cool.
However, if you missed the event, Crockford said there are other ways to support the cause.
So our main fundraising platform is called Donor Drive. And if you visit the Hazleton Donor Drive page, you can donate directly to us. We have a goal that we try to meet every year. Even if we do meet it, the more we raise, the better. It's all going to a really good cause. It's for for kids, for children that are fighting cancer. So, it's an excellent cause. Even if you can't make it, donating, you can either send something in the mail to us. You can donate online. We'll have some different events popping out either on campus or throughout the area. So there's definitely some different ways to get involved.
For more information about the event, you could contact the Penn State Hazleton Office of Student Services and Engagement at 570-450-3160. A woman is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office Criminal Warrant Division. Sue Ann Colati is wanted by officials on a charge of theft by deception. Colati is known to have ties to the Lehighton area. If you have any information on Colati's whereabouts, you are asked to call the Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. Coming up on Wyln News, the Pennsylvania Tourism Office receives a grant to promote Indigenous experiences. Plus, Save holds their annual charity golf tournament. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Abby, and my welcome be cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier. For over 50 years, providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR. Visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. The 45th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon will be broadcast live on WYLN TV 35 from the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts in downtown Hazleton. Watch it live on TV from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. or come down and join us in person Saturday, November 18th. There will be tricky trays, bake sales, live entertainment, and more. Year 45, together we strive, and so many more can survive.
Welcome back to Wyln News. The Pennsylvania Tourism Office has been awarded an Appalachian Regional Commission Area Planning Grant to develop experiences based on Indigenous heritage across the Commonwealth. Through a partnership with the Lehigh University Institute for Indigenous Studies and members of federally recognized tribal nations, the grant will be used to create experiences that share the stories, history, and culture of the Indigenous peoples originally from Pennsylvania. Deputy Secretary of Tourism Carrie Fisher-Lepore shares the importance of building Indigenous experiences in our state.
Right now, Indigenous nations receive almost no representation in Pennsylvania culture. And that's a mistake, because Pennsylvania is steeped in Indigenous history. A rich history of food, travel, folklore, and so much more. Our rivers and towns are named using Indigenous languages. Our roads follow Indian footpaths. Our meals incorporate their foods. At the Pennsylvania Tourism Office, we know that there's value to experiencing culture, sharing it, and learning about it. We wanted to find the right way to create experiences for anyone to interact with Indigenous culture. Emphasis is on the right way, though. We are not interested in Wild West shows or trading posts. We want authenticity. It's what travelers crave, and more importantly, it's the ethically right thing to do.
Along with the $100,000 grant from the Appalachian Regional Commission, the Pennsylvania Tourism Office will also provide $100,000 in matching funds, as well as funding for work conducted outside of Pennsylvania's 52 ARC-designated counties. Supporting Autism and Families Everywhere, or SAFE, hosted their annual Drive for Autism charity golf tournament on Friday at the Blue Ridge Trail Golf Course. At the tournament, golfers were given the chance to compete in teams of 4 for a trophy declaring them Golf Classic champions. The event also included raffles, a 50-50 drawing, and prize drawings. All proceeds from the golf tournament will support SAFE, a nonprofit organization that seeks to provide support to families and children with autism by providing a sense of inclusion and opportunity within the community. To learn more about SAFE or to donate to the organization, you can visit their website at autismsafe.org. The Luzerne County Bureau of Elections is hiring poll workers for the upcoming November 7th election. Workers are responsible for preparing polling locations for voting, setting up the voting system, verifying voter qualifications during the check-in process, and closing the polling location. Positions include Judge of Elections, Poll Book Operator, Majority and Minority Inspector of Election, and Clerk. Training will begin this week and will run through Saturday, November 4th. Training is mandatory for first-time poll workers. Poll workers must be registered voters in Luzerne County and at least 18 years old. Anyone interested in becoming a poll worker is encouraged to apply via luzernecounty.org or call the Election Bureau at 570-825-1715. Coming up on Catawba's News Choice, we recap the Phillies' big win and more on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, we learn about an upcoming Trunk or Treat event on this week's Trooper Talk Tuesday. Stay right here because we'll be right back on WYLN TV.
Contact Pete Casalica for a home and auto quote today.
Two Italian Guys Pizzeria, 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazleton has all your favorites, from pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier. For over 50 years providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections, and service calls. F&L Door stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR. Visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Nescopec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Melanie's going to tell her story about how she loves to exercise and chiropractic is just a natural way to stay healthy.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Welcome back to a Tuesday edition of Let's Talk Sports, and we still have the rest of the NFL slate to recap, and we also have some baseball from yesterday, so let's waste no time and get right into MLB action, where we saw the Texas Rangers defeat the Houston Astros 5-4 to take a 2-0 lead going back into their home stadium. Obviously, the Houston Astros dream run, it looks like it's going to end because of pitching. I know they made the 7 straight ALCSs, but it looks like they're not going to get to the World Series this time. Texas just has the upper hand on them, and despite their best hitters, Yordan Alvarez hitting 2 home runs in what was basically a Michael Jordan flu game last night, and Alex Bregman also adding 1, it just wasn't enough. The pitching just isn't there as it was for these past dominant Houston Astros teams. They're struggling mightily against these Rangers bats, and I know they're paid a lot of money, the Rangers bats are, and it's a lot invested in that lineup, but still, the pitching just seems to get them nowhere at this point. So it's very tough, but it looks like their series might be coming to an end soon, and Philly picked up a big Game 1 victory last night, 5-3 over the Arizona Diamondbacks, and it started early on the first pitch nonetheless. Kyle Schwarber took him deep over the right field fence, and birthday boy Bryce Harper followed up 2 at-bats later with a home run of his own. It felt like it was going to get out of hand, but it didn't, so it was kind of shocking. It felt like one of those games like Game 3 with Atlanta where the Phillies just piled on run after run after run. Nick Castellanos did hit another home run, though, which is the least surprising thing to happen this postseason because he's just been on an absolute tear. He's hitting everything that's thrown anywhere near the strike zone, and he is just one of the best hitters in the league right now, and he's still protecting the bottom of our order. He's still hitting 7th, and I think he's going to hit 7th again tonight. I don't think Philly Rob's going to change absolutely anything, so I think that's good to go. And yeah, it's crazy when 2 of the best hitters on the planet right now are at opposite ends of your lineup with Bryce Harper and Nick Castellanos. But we're going to move into NFL action, and we have, first up, I'm just not even going to hold it. It's the Philadelphia Eagles against the New York Jets. The Jets won 20-14, and it was an abysmal showing for Jalen Hurts, throwing 3 interceptions, and the offense couldn't really get it going. They kept passing the ball for some reason, even though it was a close game, and the run game was obviously working with DeAndre Swift. I mean, he didn't have many yards up until the end, but Jalen Hurts was running the football, and it's just the game plan felt a little iffy, if that's the word for it, because there could have been better ways to get these guys involved, and it just hasn't shown throughout this part of the season. Defense, though, for what they were missing in Jalen Carter and Darius Slay, they did great. So I'm not going to hold anything against the defense, but the offense needs mighty improvements, and it starts with the play calling and Jalen Hurts, and we'll see them take on the Miami Dolphins, their first big test of the season this Sunday night, and they're actually favorites. They opened up as 2.5-point favorites against the Miami Dolphins, which kind of surprises me with what Miami's been doing to teams, but they did struggle against Buffalo, so maybe they struggle against top-tier teams as well, but they've been putting a hurting on everyone else, so we'll see come this Sunday night. But we also have Las Vegas and New England, and of course Las Vegas secured the victory thanks to Jacoby Myers in a not a revenge game, but I'll say revenge game because it's his old team. They chose to sign Juju Smith-Schuster over him, and Jacoby Myers has just looked fantastic throughout the season so far, catching passes from all the Raiders quarterbacks, and that's the big story. Jimmy G was taken to the hospital for a back injury. I don't think it's that serious, but just as precaution, you can never be too safe with those kind of things. So I'm glad Jimmy G is feeling okay. I don't think he's going to play this weekend, but as long as it's nothing long-term, it's all you could hope for in this scenario. So, and then as for New England, it's a mess. I don't know what else to say besides Bill Belichick it might have passed him by. I don't think defense has, but hiring his buddies and sons and, his GM work, it's passed him by. I hate to say it, but it's true. It's just not his time. He needs to step down as GM before. They're never going to fire him. He's done way too much for that franchise, so he needs to step down for the good of the franchise. That feels like a big claim here on a random Tuesday, but hey, that's what we do around here. We also have the Rams at Arizona. Cooper Kupp did not what Jamar Chase did last weekend, but he was pretty close, and obviously coming back after that injury. And of course, they were going to win this game. Arizona's just too devoid of talent, and the pieces are there for the rebuild with draft picks, but I just don't think this Arizona team is anywhere near that level yet. They might get Caleb Williams. It doesn't look like they will, so it looks like they might roll Kyler Murray off of IR, but that remains to be seen because they're probably going to be long out of it. They already are long out of it. Who am I kidding? I hope I'm not making any Cardinals fans mad. I'm just, like I said, I'm here to speak the facts. So that's what I'm doing. We also have Buffalo and the New York Giants, 14-9. If you're thinking, wow, you didn't get to catch the game, that's a weird score. That's because it was. It was a very weird game. Buffalo got shut out up until the end, and it looked like the Giants had multiple opportunities to take the game away from them, and they just couldn't. The halfback dive audible at the end of the first half, and the clear hold on Buffalo to end the game after the PI in the end zone. It just felt like Buffalo got away with this one, and it looks like they did, and they're going to be happy they did because the Dolphins, like I said, are a legitimate team, and then we're going to wrap up with Dallas and the Chargers. It was who wanted to lose more, Dallas or LA, and it was LA in the end. Dallas won 20-17. That big Tony Pollard catch and run it felt like the difference to set up the Brandon Cooks touchdown, but Dak outplayed Justin Herbert, and Justin Herbert, it was not a good game for him. He needs to improve. He was staring down Keenan Allen a little too much. I know he's Keenan Allen, but it just felt like a one-read quarterback last night, and you can't do that against a vaunted Dallas D as they made him pay with the game-stealing interception. But we'll see what the future holds for Justin Herbert and the Chargers. But that does it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We'll be back tomorrow to recap the Phillies game and preview Thursday Night Football. We'll see you then.
Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
Hello, I'm Wyln historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
High school football is back on WYLN TV 35. You can always count on WYLN for all the action, not just the highlights. This week, the Berwick Bulldogs travel to Crestwood to take on the Crestwood Comets. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. with Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, Mike Sosar, and the WYLN sports crew. Over the air on 35.1 in Hazleton, 47.1 in Berwick and Bloomsburg, Service Electric Cable Channel 7 and 507, and online at WYLNTV.com.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another segment of Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'm Trooper Anthony Petrowski, Troop and Public Information Officer. Today I'm talking to you about a free event that's going to happen here at the State Police Barracks in West Hazleton on Saturday, October 28th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's the annual Troop and First Responder Trunk or Treat event. It's going to happen right here in this parking lot. There's going to be a bunch of emergency responder vehicles, possibly even some sort of helicopter will be here for this event. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's free. There's no registration. It's from 1 to 4. The only requirement is to get candy, you have to be in a costume. You could go from vehicle to vehicle. You could check out all the cool first responder vehicles, get some candy, listen to some music, see a helicopter, hopefully, and have a lot of fun. Again, that's here Saturday, October 28th from 1 to 4 at the State Police Barracks in Hazleton. It's completely free. Put your costumes on, come on out, meet your first responders. Not only are you getting free candy, but you get to meet your first responders that work in your area. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's free. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'll say it again. It's completely free. Come on down, have a good time, and we'll see you here on Saturday, October 28th, 1 to 4 for the annual Troop and First Responder Trunk or Treat. I'll catch you next time here on Trooper Talk Tuesday.
If you're just tuning in, here's a recap of our top stories. A woman has been charged after stealing a vehicle in Hazleton. Noelle Stitzer has been charged after Hazleton police received a tip about a possible stolen vehicle in the area of North Wyoming Street and East Holly Street. Officers arrived to find the vehicle traveling west on West Tamarack Street, and then police eventually stopped the vehicle at North Vine Street. It was determined that Stitzer had a suspended license and that the vehicle was stolen from Freeland. Stitzer was also reported to be in the possession of an orange-capped hypodermic needle. She was then transported to City Hall to be interviewed. Stitzer has been charged with receiving stolen property, driving while suspended, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Stitzer has been arraigned and is currently behind bars of the Luzerne County Correctional Facility for lack of 10% of $50,000 bail. Emergency crews responded to a fuel leak at the Whitehaven Market Monday morning. Upon arrival, it was determined that a hole had been punctured in the refrigerated trailer's fuel tank. Firefighters from the Freeland Fire Department and the Whitehaven Fire Company were able to contain the leak and empty the remaining fuel into 5-gallon containers. The work was then completed by an environmental cleanup crew. A Pottsville man is behind bars after an alleged assault in St. Clair. Benjamin Kramer is behind bars at the Schuylkill County Prison after St. Clair police state that officers were waved down by a female who said her boyfriend had assaulted her. The woman told officers Kramer was suffocating her as he had his arm around her neck and that she was struggling to breathe. Red marks on the victim's neck aligned with her claim. Kramer was then taken into custody on the 200 block of Nicholas Street and has been charged with aggravated assault, strangulation, harassment, and simple assault. Kramer was arraigned and is currently in prison on $25,000 straight cash bail. And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.